History is written by the victors, but sometimes even the most powerful leaders make devastating mistakes. These military blunders not only cost lives, but also change the course of history forever. Today, we'll uncover the top 5 military blunders that shaped our world, and the lessons they left behind. Stay tuned. Napoleon Bonaparte, one of history's greatest military minds, was nearly unstoppable, until he made a fatal mistake, invading Russia in 1812. The Russians refused to fight directly. Instead, they used a scorched earth strategy, burning everything so Napoleon's army had no food, no shelter, and no resources. Then came the Russian winter. Temperatures dropped below -30 degrees Celsius, and Napoleon's 600,000 troops began to starve and freeze to death. By the time they retreated, only 100,000 soldiers were left. Napoleon's once great empire never recovered. During the Crimean War, the British Army misunderstood orders and sent 600 cavalrymen charging straight into Russian artillery. It was a disastrous mistake. Over 270 men were killed or wounded within minutes. The attack achieved nothing except tragedy. Though immortalized in poetry, this battle remains a symbol of blind obedience and military miscommunication. In 1941, Hitler made the same mistake as Napoleon. He invaded Russia thinking it would be an easy victory. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. At first, the Germans advanced quickly, but winter hit, and the Nazi soldiers weren't prepared for the freezing cold. Their tanks stopped working, and supplies ran out. By 1943, Hitler lost over 1.5 million troops. This defeat turned the tide of World War II, leading to the fall of Nazi Germany. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on the U.S. naval base at Pearl Harbor. Their goal? To cripple the U.S. Navy before they could fight back. The attack was devastating. Over 2,400 Americans were killed, and 8 battleships were destroyed or damaged. But Japan made one critical mistake. They failed to destroy U.S. aircraft carriers, which later led to Japan's defeat in the Pacific War. In the end, Pearl Harbor pushed America into World War II, and the U.S. retaliated with overwhelming force. In 1876, General George Custer believed he could easily defeat the Lakota Sioux and Cheyenne warriors, but he was terribly mistaken. Instead of facing a small group, Custer's 200 men walked into an ambush of 2,000 Native American warriors led by Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse. Custer and his entire force were wiped out. While it was a great victory for the Native Americans, the U.S. retaliated brutally, forcing them onto reservations. History has shown us that one mistake can change everything. These military blunders not only cost lives, but also reshape the world.